Okay, people. Hello once again. First things first, is my mic working? Because I can't hear it in my headphones like I usually can, because I'm basically using a different piece of software. So yeah, for anyone that's watching not live, I'm having troubles basically streaming at the moment, and don't know if it's working. So yes, let me know. Is my mic working? How does it sound? Too loud? Too quiet? Okay, it's working. You can hear me. Great. Okay, let me know if it's bad. Basically, I've literally, because the last one didn't work, I've just had to download another piece of software. I've literally put this together in about 2 seconds, which is why the border and stuff around my webcam isn't there, but to be honest, I can't be fucked to change that right now. So, here we go. Happy St. Patrick's Day. There should be no crashing now. Different piece of software. Should be good. How is everyone that's in there? Lots of regulars already, I see. Lauro, Ken, how's it going? Are you still happy with that Coutinho shout? Am I worried about Funes Mori? Yes I am. But I'm not going to get rid of him. Can you see my team? Yeah, you can see my team on... I think I've worked out the window thing. So hopefully you can see it. We'll start answering questions in a minute. I still haven't made my transfers, so I will have to make them tonight because I don't want to do it tomorrow. And there's lots of price rises currently going on. Or there will be later on. 59, yeah. How many hits am I on? I'm on none. I've not made any transfers so far, but I mean, if I look at my team, if someone else had my team, I'll probably tell them to stick and not make a transfer this week, whereas I want to make 3 transfers. Lukaku twice in the captain poll in the top right shambles. Ah, oh, come on. Give me a sec. Let me fix that. No, according to... No, not according to my... Oh, Hazard Lukaku, shit. I meant to say... that's meant to say Hazard Costa. Ah, never mind. You can work it out. An hour's show tonight, I guess. I don't know how long it'll be, we'll see. I just wanted to stick it up. Like I said, I haven't done my transfers yet. It's really weird. Usually I can hear myself talking, like in the headphones. Which is really handy to be able to kind of see how I sound, but... Can't do that right now. Can't hear myself, and it's really off-putting. All getting ugly on St. Patrick's Day. I know, it's just a coincidence, I tell you. It's not... this hasn't all gone wrong because I've drank too much Guinness. It's just a coincidence. Did I hear about Hazard? No. What's happened with Hazard? Am I checking Twitter tonight? Probably not. I don't know how long the stream's going to be. Do I need to worry about Hazard? Has he come out and said that he's going to score loads of goals this weekend or something? How's it going, Trev? Elliot, good to see you. Hazard rumoured not gone to Stoke. Well, to be honest, it doesn't really matter to me, I guess. I was never going to get Hazard in this week. Maybe one for a few weeks' time. Said he might not have travelled. Okay, that's quite off-putting if you want to... bring him in, I suppose. Wonder what's wrong with him. Am I worried about Funes Mori? Yeah, I have to be worried about him because he didn't start the last game. But I'm just going to see this week. He's got Hull at home, so I might as well risk it. And then if he doesn't start the next game, then I'll look to get rigged. He's got 2 horrible fixtures next anyway, or 2 not so good fixtures. You're looking very good after all day binging. I didn't actually drink that much in the end. Had about 4 or 5 pints and then a couple of Disaronnos. Then we headed home about 7, so haven't been out too long or too late. Hazard and Costa off to China? Surely not. Yeah, Hazard. I think Hazard and Louise as well, right? I've been playing with injuries for most of the season. Funes Mori will start. Don't worry. I'm not that worried, to be honest. It's if Mawson comes off the bench, I'm happy enough with that. Even though he's likely to concede, but hopefully he can get a goal. I'm glowing. Maybe my eyes. I thought about pouring a vodka, but gonna leave it for now because I'm drinking again tomorrow. I actually feel freezing. I don't know if anyone saw... Actually, I don't know if I tweeted any pictures of the Galway parade. Jesus Christ, it was just raining non-stop today in Galway. Need to be sat by a radiator, really. Do the transfers, yeah, I will do my transfers. So here's what I'm, because people will start asking soon. The transfers I'm looking at are these, basically. Before anyone says, I know I don't need to take a hit this week. And I know there's an international break as well. But that's not stopping me wanting to take a hit. So Carroll, this was supposed to be, I was supposed to bring in Kane this week, and that was it. Obviously that went all Pete Tong, so I want to get rid of Carroll. I don't like him sat there. It's got to be Costa, really, hasn't it? Or Vardy. Now, Vardy's one that's tempted me, just because it's a bit different, but Costa's the sensible choice. He really is. He's going up again in price tonight. He's not hugely owned in top 10k. Like in comparison, obviously that will change this week, but on FPL Discovery, he was like 30% owned in the top 10k, whereas someone like Lukaku's like 85%. So it's not like he's owned by everybody. And he does trickle points in. So I mean, it's not very often you see you see a 2 here. So I'm thinking about that. I don't know. And then Coutinho, I think I'm going to get Sanchez back because I can do it. Really, I know that's not necessarily the the right the right way of looking at it, but because I can get him in so easily, I feel like I should just get him back. I think he could do damage against West Brom possibly. And then I'd really like to do Sterling to Son, but I think that's probably one hit too many this week. Son is also going to be a transfer out again in a few game weeks, so I don't know just how many he can score over these games. Like Burnley away is not a great fixture, to be honest. These ones are all nice, but how many of these is he likely to play? I don't know. He could play all of them, but it just seems risky. How's it going, George? What did Felix say? Sanchez to get benched again? Nah, that is mind games from you, Felix. There's no way Sanchez is getting benched. Did I see I haven't seen any press conferences, to be honest. I've been out all day. I've barely been checking football. So what did Mark Hughes say? Looks like Crouch will start. Interesting. Why not Ali? I can't afford Ali if I get Sanchez and Costa in. Because I don't think Kane. Yeah, I mean, as soon as Kane's ready, he's going to be back in the side. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be no waiting around. He's going to be in as soon as he can. As soon as he's good enough to play a game. It's just, if it's 7 weeks from today, then what, we're looking past game week 33, aren't we? So I mean, this isn't 5 nice fixtures, but I don't know. I just don't know if it's worth it. When I look at my team and think I could get away with not even making a transfer this week, like obviously my team's not ideal. Like Carroll's not ideal, and Coutinho he could probably do well. I don't know. But the fact that I don't 100% need to make a transfer and I'm looking at a -8 kind of tells me that it's not the right move to make. But I definitely want to make 2. I'm definitely going to take a hit. I don't know if to do Vardy or Costa. Okay, well that's good news if Crouch does start, but I'm not going to play him, I don't think. What's wrong with Carroll? The thing is, Carroll was supposed to be a game week 28 punt. It went wrong. I lost 2 points, so be it. He was meant to be Carroll. Basically, right, to explain, Carroll was Aguero last week, and because I was set on doing Aguero to Kane this week, I thought I'd just take the risk and get him in for game week 28, and obviously then Kane got injured. No, I just want someone better there. I would feel better about my team if that was not Andy Carroll tomorrow. Villaronca got Costa in. I know, what would Villaronca do? He would definitely, like everyone said to me on Twitter, he would save two transfers for sure. Would you keep Aguero if you had him this week? I'd be very tempted, yeah. I mean, originally when I bought Aguero in, I looked at this fixture against Liverpool and thought, I'm happy to have him. Sanchez to outscore Ali over the next 2. The other reason I'm a bit worried about Spurs mids is I didn't really look at getting them straight in this week. Kane was the one I really want. So the only reason I'm looking at Spurs mid now is just because Kane got injured. I don't know if that's a good enough reason. West Ham away, Stoke at home and Sunderland at home for Vardy. Has to be a few points. There does, but I know. I really want to make the Vardy move. But if Costa carries on scoring, it just looks stupid to get Vardy in. Is Amat a season keeper? Hell no. Amat hasn't been a season keeper for a long time. Unless you really need the money, but he's not going to play, I don't think. Something could happen, I suppose, but we'll see. Keep Coutinho or take a -4 for Eriksen. This is one of those things. Like, I'm happy to take the -4, but I don't think I would necessarily advise other people to do the same because it's not the sensible move. Yeah, that is the other thing. I mean, I have got Lukaku, so Lukaku could go for me next week. He's risen to 10.3. Wow. See, I mean, I could get Vardy and then bring in Costa next week, maybe. But who does he have next week? Hang on. Oh yeah, Palace at home. Bournemouth away would be nice, but then it's Man United away and Man City at home. Maybe that's not the best. I don't know. I'm very torn. I have a feeling, because I'm doing it on stream, I'll do Vardy. Jamie Vardy. Will he be having a party? When does he even play this week? Is it 3 o'clock? Yeah, 3 o'clock game. I wonder if that's on Sky in Ireland. Oh yeah, that's a good question actually from Laura. Right? If you haven't already looked, next week's captain is actually a bit tricky. So Man United against West Brom, I'm not going to have any players there. Although I'd like Mkhitaryan. I've actually considered getting Mkhitaryan in instead of Sanchez, but I think that might be a bit too risky. Obviously Liverpool, maybe you could captain Mane there if you've got a Spurs mid potentially against Burnley, but I don't like doing that. So yeah, Chelsea captain would be nice next week. Whereas if you get Jamie Vardy in, am I going to captain Vardy against Stoke? Probably. It's probably not a move that I want to make. I do love Mkhitaryan, yeah. I don't know. Captain Sigurdsson against Middlesbrough, maybe. Stoke versus Chelsea on Sky Sports, nice. Might actually be out, so I don't know if I can watch that, but we'll see. We will see. Cold and ashamed. Oh, actually freezing here. I think the being out in the rain so long earlier is finally kicking in. Lying naked on the floor. Natalie and Brullier, I like it. Brullier, I don't know. Captain Gabbiadini next week. Yeah, that's also an option. There's so many players I suddenly want, and most of them are midfielders. It's very tough. Is it time to look for Son? You know, if you're ever going to look at bringing Son in, it has to be now, right? Well, we know Kane's out. We know he's probably going to play. Nice fixtures. Do you think Walker is going to recover in time? I honestly don't know. It's not really something I can answer. Captain Sigurdsson, though, against Middlesbrough. Am I keeping Mane? Yeah. Coutinho to Ali. Yeah, I mean, I can bring in any... I basically can bring in any player for Coutinho if I want. So I can bring in Ali. It just means I can't get Sanchez. I don't know. I wonder if Sanchez is being written off by people because they don't have an easy way to get him in. I wonder if they all have money in the bank and could just do Coutinho to Sanchez. Whether they do it, and then suddenly people would think he's a better option. I don't know. You're on the brink of wildcard and out. Are you crazy? Nope. Not if your team needs it, I don't think. Son missing the training game. Yeah, he still has to travel though. He can play in the next game, I think. Mkhitaryan's posting some good stats. He is, but I don't know. Ibra's out. I'm worried about Man United basically. We're always looking good stats wise, or most of the time, just not conversion wise. So I don't know. Mkhitaryan for me is like an absolute must for the double game weeks, but I just don't know if it's a good idea to bring him in. Last time I bought Mkhitaryan in ahead of Ali, he got like 5 goals in the next 4 games, and Mkhitaryan got nothing. So what's holding me back doing Vardy? The fact that I can get Costa in basically, and Costa always gets points. If it's not double figure hauls, still 7 to 9 points a week mostly. So Vardy's just a punt really because of the fixtures. I mean, yes, we could say he's in form, but missing good chances against Sevilla. The thing is, so Vardy's price is probably too high, but because I can afford him and can do my other transfers, I'm not that bothered about his price. Not convinced on Leicester. I was really impressed with Leicester against Sevilla. They were like almost back to old school Leicester from last year. I say old school, like 1 year ago. Stop delaying. I'm not going to do the transfers yet. It'll be later on. What about Mahrez? See, like Mahrez, I'm super not interested in because there's so many other midfielders I'd want. How reliable is this Ben guy who provides team news? He gets he's always gets his info from somewhere else. So someone else would have made the rumor and he's just reporting on it. So somewhere there'll be a source that will say that Hazard is missing. What is Vardy's true price? 8 million. Yeah, that's probably more fair. Maybe 8.5. Andy is smashed. I'm definitely not smashed. 100%. Maybe this time tomorrow. Valencia for Macaulay. Yeah, Macaulay, sorry, is like one of the only West Brom players I'd be tempted to keep. Just because of his goal scoring ability. But yeah, Valencia in has to be a good transfer this week. The thing is, if I put if you look at my team there, if this is Costa and this is Sanchez, I think that's a very strong looking team. I just don't know if it looks as strong with Vardy up front. Am I as happy with it with Vardy? Don't know. By 5 PM tomorrow, will I be as happy? Especially if Costa's gone and scored. It'd be a nightmare. Obviously, Costa not such a good option if Hazard's not travelling either, I suppose. Something to consider. Keeping Coutinho for this. Yeah, that's fair enough. This is one of these things. I remember, like on Fantasy Football Scout, like a few weeks ago, people were chatting about having bad ranks and giving advice, but I wouldn't advise anyone that they have to get rid of Coutinho this week. But I still might make that transfer myself. Bournemouth though. Will they finally smash 11? Well, they put a few goals past them last time. Doesn't matter how good the team looks. No, I don't mean like actually how like the kit looks or something, but it just I'll feel more confident with Costa. Why isn't Costa a good option? I'm not saying he's not a good option. Just is he as good? I'm asking the question: is he as good an option without Hazard in the team? I mean, they've obviously still got some, great players, but we'll see. Did you hear the Austin training news? Makes me think twice on Gabbiadini. I did. I put a tweet out about it. I got a reply from a Southampton or fan or two, maybe, that basically said, "Don't worry about it. Gabbiadini's first choice. Offers so much more than Austin." They did say that. She did say that Gabbiadini might move out to the right. How about Defoe? I'm not as convinced by Defoe or Deeney as other people are. I don't think he's posting that great stats, Defoe. Sunderland are struggling. He's always got penalties in his locker. He's obviously just got called up to England as well. Confidence is going to be high, but just not for me, I don't think. What if Jagielka starts ahead of Mori again? Then Mawson will come in for me, and I will look to offload Finalizing sooner rather than later. Bringing Costa and Son, they are a must. Yeah, it could be. Vardy not scoring midweek should make your mind up. Yeah, that was a tough game though. But the thing is, I missed about the last 20 minutes of that game, and I heard he had some good chances and just fluffed them. And I saw one of his chances as well where he just absolutely fluffed it. So I don't know. But Sevilla are probably a much better team than West Ham, Sunderland, or Stoke, who he's facing next in the league. And all those games come before the next Champions League game. So, I mean, is anyone expecting Vardy to get benched for Slimani? Oh, I don't think it's going to happen, but I suppose it's a possibility. Do you start Foster or Jakupovic? I don't even know who they've both got. Foster has Arsenal away. Jakupovic has Everton. Everton at home. Oh, sorry. Jesus, West Brom are at home to Arsenal, Hull are away to Everton. I'd probably start Foster for save points. Getting the fluff chances out of the way in Europe like a good FPL set. I like that. About as likely as Costa getting benched for Batshuayi. Okay, that's pretty unlikely then. I'm a Man United fan. Do you think we can get top 4? Yeah, I think we can. Will we? I don't know. We're just not converting enough games into wins. Should already be in top 4, to be honest. Would you consider starting Mawson ahead of Finalizing? No, because Finalizing's got the better fixture, and I will hope that he doesn't come on if he does get benched. I know he did in the last game, but that was because Baines got injured, so we'll see. You have Pickford and Heaton, which you choose. It has to be Pickford this week. Like, I don't think that's even a debate, to be honest. Although, I know, like, Burnley have started, or they're scoring quite a few away from home. They're not scoring quite a few, but they have a habit of scoring at least one. So we'll see. But I think you got to pick the home guy, because like Pickford's a good option generally anyway. So be him for me. Why don't you keep Carroll for this week and then get Gabbiadini? Yeah, that's another option. The only thing is, next week I'll be considering getting rid of Lukaku. And I know he's got Leicester and Burnley at home coming up after the next two, but one, Burnley can keep it tight. Two, Leicester may be improving, so maybe that's not such a good fixture anyway. And plus he has the 2 away games, so I might do Lukaku to Gabbiadini or Lukaku to whoever I don't bring in at Costa and Vardy. You're doing Carroll to Vardy? Yeah, maybe. Why not? What's wrong with that? Oh, I can do Carroll to. Okay, let's just start. Let's start with the other transfer. Does anybody have a problem with Coutinho to Sanchez? Because I think I'm just going to do the Sanchez move now. So if Sanchez gets injured on international break, or if there's any like worries over him, it's going to be a nightmare. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the next 5 games are great, and obviously he's got double game weeks coming up. I think he could do damage against West Brom. West Brom are beasts, far from it, I'd say, at the moment. You seem to take quite a lot of hits. Do I ever save transfers? So, like now is the wrong time to be looking at the amount of hits in my team because we're getting towards blank. We got like blank and double game weeks and stuff coming up. So I'm always happy to take hits where needed. I really, being sensible and banking would be the better option. And long term, it'd probably work out well for me, but it's not something I like doing. I don't always take hits though, but I'm definitely not adverse to them. Obviously here I took quite a few in a row, then none for 3 weeks, like one over the next 6 weeks. I took a few here, but I got green arrows. These are all long-term moves. I think this is back in December. So I don't know. I take quite a few. You're not taking a hit all season. That is willpower. Very good. Also, the other thing about my team, actually, I'm a bit not concerned, but I think I might get punished for keeping Sterling instead of Sané, but we'll see. Mane to Sanchez and bank the 1.3 million. Your team value is poor. Nah, I think I want to keep Mane. Hope he's the one to have. Just get Sanchez Gameweek 31. Yeah, that obviously is an option, but I tend to just get him in now. I'd hold off on Sanchez, especially if you're going to wildcard in a few weeks. Yeah, I haven't decided where to. I haven't decided when to wildcard yet. Mane and Sanchez to. Sorry, Mane and Coutinho to Sanchez and Ali. I'm not. I'm honestly not as. Maybe wrongly because everybody is looking at Spurs mids this week, but I don't know. With Kane out, I'm not so interested, I suppose. Forward thinking, yeah, that's fair play. A few people go without hits. I'm never gonna go a whole season without hits though, ever. Sanchez is gonna explode against West Brom. I don't know. He might. That would obviously be very nice. You were certain I'd be doing Son. I feel like I should do Son because I don't like turning down out of position players generally, especially ones that are playing for Spurs. Now, like last year, I got burnt by getting in Remy. Obviously, he wasn't when he was playing for Chelsea. He wasn't obviously out of position, but he was cheap, and it got really burnt by him. But Son is a different animal because he's already done it for Spurs, so. But it would be for a -8 because, well, would it though? I suppose I could get Son in and forget about Sanchez. That is another option. I've kind of almost sold myself on Sanchez at the moment. How's it going, Illusions? Brunt will be my bench fodder until wildcard. Yeah, he might be for me. We'll see what happens with Funes Mori first. Pochettino's been talking up Janssen, has he? Who do I fancy more this week? Sanchez or Costa? Sanchez. I'll probably say that virtually every week, to be honest. Sterling or Coutinho over the next few? Coutinho, I suppose. Sterling's very consistent though, and he has a double game week coming up. But then I'm probably going to wildcard, so. Look at Costa's points per game this season. I don't need to look at them. I know his points per game are great. Everyone does. If you don't know that, then you've really not been paying much attention. Not time for Walcott's full stint in my team. Yeah, me and Walcott, we don't get on very well. And Walcott will be the one alongside Sanchez I'd look at in a double game week for sure. I don't know if I want to get on him just yet. Oh, he wasn't included in the England team. That's interesting. I saw the England squad, but I didn't really look at it very closely. So, like, I completely missed that Rooney wasn't in it. And obviously, I know I think he's injured at the moment, but still, I bet he hasn't been out of the England squad for a long time. Am I worried about Sanchez starting? Wenger said he has a chance when I asked in the presser. He's gonna start. I really think so. How does your lass feel about you streaming on her birthday? She is, I don't know, she's asleep, I think, maybe. Or she's watching TV. She doesn't mind, it was her idea. We did our thing today. We were out all night, all day. We're out again tomorrow, so we're happy. No Peronies, no. I don't really have beer in the house. I'm trying not to drink at the moment. Just it's kind of hard when your girlfriend's Irish and her birthday's St. Patrick's Day. But I don't tend to drink at home, apart from those streams where I was drinking at home. Ali, 3 goals, 1 assist versus Southampton in 2 matches. That is nice. Someone asked me, I think it was Ken, asked about whether Fuchs is the proper Leicester partner. That could be right. I really like Fuchs. Actually, if I wildcard, one of the things I would change pretty heavily, I'd say, would be my defence. I don't know if I'd hold Coleman. If I wildcard now, but I'd get Valencia, probably a Spurs defender eventually, but not if Walker's got potential issues, and Fuchs. I'd like Fuchs, I think. Should you start King ahead of Mane? Wow, okay. I mean, you probably should given the fixture, but I would like to find a way to play both. Fuchs has already Fuchs you up. Or over enough this season. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get him in, so I haven't got that like kind of I've been burnt feeling. So I'd be happy to bring him in if they're going to keep this up, Leicester. I said this before. I got really lucky. The week that I was thinking about bringing Fuchs in, when he kind of got like 0 or 1 for everyone, I took a hit and bought in Alonso, and he scored. And obviously, we all know how Alonso did after that. King's got 1 good fixture left, the rest are bobbins. Yeah, pretty much. I've said it, well, actually not here. I said earlier in the season I find it very hard to hold players around this price when they stop scoring. We'll see what I can do with him. I mean, he could score against any of these teams really, the form he's in. Spurs away is going to be tricky. Bournemouth do tend to find a way to score though, even if they still go on to lose the match. Any other suggestions for a reliable Man United defender besides Valencia? There isn't really one, to be honest, that I could guarantee you is going to play every week. I mean, even Rojo right now seems to be starting nearly every match, but with Bailly, Smalling and Jones as well, it's tough. Like, you could pick one and maybe they would start for a couple of games, but then they could miss one. I would honestly stick with Valencia. I wouldn't see, like, Rojo's being said in the chat, but I think that's risky. He is playing well, but Bailly and Smalling were playing well before that, and Jones was playing okay. I know Jones isn't playing so good now, but he was playing alright before that. Then he got dropped when I think he got injured, didn't he? And then he didn't get back in the side because Bailly and Smalling were playing. So I think it has to be Valencia. Plus, you don't want the risk of Rojo playing left back because he is awful. Then yellow cards are a thing for sure. If I do a -8, who will be my captain? That's the other thing, right? I'm maybe taking a minus. Well, it probably won't be a -8. It'll probably be a -4. But I'm still gonna captain Lukaku no matter who I bring in. If you go Costa, how would you get back Ibra? I've not even thought about that, I'll be honest. I've not even thought about how I get Ibra in. But to be honest, I'll say I've not given it any thought. I have. When you look at the fixtures, obviously he's missing the next 2 games. So we'll look here. So he's missing the next 2. Then it's Everton at home, Sunderland away, and Chelsea at home. These 2 are okay. Chelsea at home, I'm not so sure about. And then I'm looking into wildcard territory anyway, so I may even wildcard earlier. So that may be my answer to most future transfer questions. I'll just wildcard when I need to. Yeah, I've not hugely thought about it. I'm probably not going to -8 because I'm not as convinced about Spurs mids this week as everyone else. I could be wrong on that. We'll see. Am I keeping both Liverpool mids? No, I'm probably just going to keep Mane. Will Son play? Yeah, I don't see why not. You're going Sanchez captain. Yeah, I mean, Sanchez captain could really work out. I just think Lukaku's in such good form that I'm just going to go for him. Do we have any idea when the double game weeks will be announced? Possibly before game week 30. That's what I hear anyway. I don't know for sure, but a lot of knowledgeable people seem to think that's when it'll be. Who should you bench, Carroll or Llorente? Ben Davis, 12-point haul. Could happen. Carroll or Llorente? Oh, God. I mean, I'd usually opt for the home man, but I think Bournemouth always concede. I'd be tempted to play Llorente, but that's quite a hard question, I think. Klopp said that Coutinho has looked great in training this week. Yeah, but he has to say that. Do you start Tom Carroll instead of Andy Carroll? No. I don't think so. The thing with Liverpool mids, I know some people say like get two attackers from the same team, and then you can decide later on which one to take out. But it's not that easy. The way Liverpool midfielders have been scoring this year, do you know what I mean? Coutinho could be the one to score well over the next couple of weeks, and I'll be screwed with Mane. But it's just a decision you have to make, and vice versa could happen. So, how about the polls? I'll have a look at the polls in a minute. A -4 for Tony Valencia. I'll tell you what, if I knew that Funes Mori wasn't going to start, for sure, I would be tempted with a hit for Brunt, or Funes Mori or Brunt to Valencia. I'd be really, really interested in that. Because I feel like it's a bit different now. Middlesbrough sacked Karanka, but I'm almost certain Man United will get a clean sheet against Middlesbrough. So Valencia will pay it back, or at least he'll break even. And then if he gets any bonus or assist, then it's a bonus on top, and you've got him long term. He's got double game weeks, so I'd be tempted by a -4 for Tony Valencia. I know people don't like hits for defenders. Yeah, Mawson is okay, but this is the thing that I like. I like to just get in the players I want, even if it's not necessarily the best decision. You know me, I'm always happy for Mawson to come off the bench. Defoe or Llorente who to bench? Wow, people have really got good front eights, if that's the kind of questions you got. I would probably play Defoe. But again, I would like a way to play both of them. I don't like benching strikers if you're playing 3-4-3. Obviously, because you need all three of them. But if you've got strikers that are that good, I'd want to play them. Like for me, it's Crouch against Chelsea. It's an easy bench. I'm interested in Spurs defenders, but Rose is really the one that I want. Ben Davis feels like a short-term pick, and I think there's a few doubts over Walker right now. Vertonghen though, like I know Matt's saying Vertonghen then. I saw him. Who was the last game Spurs played? I watched it, and Vertonghen was just like, he was getting forward so much. Smashing shots in. It's King owners with the bench and dilemmas. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's very hard to bench King right now, especially against Swansea. I mean, this is again, it's a really bad way of looking at it as a fantasy manager. But I don't like giving myself benching headaches where I can, or where I can avoid it. Which is stupid because I could potentially have a better front eight maybe and pick and choose week to week. But I hate it. It's just another headache which you just don't need in a game which is already filled with headaches. Davis is the Rose placeholder and keep enough in the bank. Yeah. Maybe, but how much do I really want to keep that money in the bank for? I don't know. What happened to Vertonghen's attacking prospects? He scored a lot of goals in his first season. Yeah, I think Toby kind of screwed up, like from corners especially. I think if they're going to aim for either, it's always Alderweireld. Funes versus Hull. You already have Commodore, all out attack, and Barnes at Sunderland. See, in that. If you could guarantee that Funes Mori is going to play, you'd play Funes Mori, so I don't think you need the all-out attack. Am I keeping Sterling over the next 3 games? I've not decided that. Like, he has been really consistent, so we'll see how he gets on. Oh, we've been through all the songs already? Music's completely stopped. Well, you know what that means. Will Valencia rise tonight? 95% at the moment, and you're not sure when prices are going up or down. They go. They change it like 1:15, something like that. Oh Jesus! 148 people watching. Didn't think there'd be that many on a Friday night this late. Yeah, let's do all the usual rubbish. Obviously, hit the thumbs up, like button for a late St. Patrick's Day stream, and if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. We're on 919 subs now, so trying to get towards that 1,000 is the next aim. I just have a question for the chat. I was going to put this up as a poll, and I completely forgot, to be honest, and I don't want to add it in now because no one will refresh to see it. But what, if you could have one or the other, what do you prefer? Do you prefer these live streams, or do you prefer the shorter videos? Because a few people recently have like kind of noticed I haven't been doing the shorter videos, and that's mainly because I've been streaming extra, or the weeks have been a bit short and I've not had enough time to do both. Personally, I prefer the live streams because I think there's so many other people already doing. There's other people already doing the shorter videos on YouTube, and to be honest, all the info they have in there is already in articles and on Twitter and stuff anyway. Whereas I don't see many people streaming. And I have also realised the irony of asking people watching the stream whether they like the stream, because they're watching the stream, so they probably love it, right? So maybe that's actually a stupid question. Yeah, exactly, James. I just realised how stupid that question was. Maybe I'll put it on Twitter instead. The thing is, like, to put together a video takes, even like those shorter ones, like maybe 10-15 minutes, they take longer than what it does to put a stream up and just do a stream. So I'm always like eager just to do the streams instead. I mean, if there was any way to like balance the two, it would just be to make the stream shorter, because that's another thing people say is they're just too long. But my answer to that is usually watch it for an hour and you'll probably see most of the questions. After that, they kind of sometimes they get repeated. The video into stream you did once, yeah, that was the that was in Gameweek 28, I think, or 26, when the Man City double game week got announced, and I thought, oh screw it, we need to talk about that. We'll just quickly do. The other reason I did that was because I'd already made the images, and I didn't want it to have been a waste of time. Yeah, that was for the game week 26 blanks, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, we'll definitely keep up the live streams. I prefer doing the live streams, to be honest. Can just set it up and go. Apart from when my internet's fucking not working, but that's a different story. The other good thing about the streams as well, I won't talk about this for too long because obviously I know people have questions. But the other good thing about the streams is you answer questions that people actually want answered. Whereas you do a video, you kind of, I don't know, I just feel like people are already doing videos with the same info that everyone on Twitter is also giving, etc, etc. So Anyway, I just wanted to ask because a few people had asked me recently about bringing the shorter videos back, and if I have time, I'll do it. It's just a lot of work. Any thoughts of having a guest on? I don't have any like objection to guests, I suppose. Just I don't know. I have to reach out to some people and see when they're free. I know. I think I'd find it weird having a guest on because I'd have to. I don't know. I'd have to be like a proper host then. I'm bad with like small talk. Do Mark or Johnny have a live stream? They don't, but obviously they do Scoutcast. People forgetting about the international break. In 2 weeks' time, you could need to make completely different transfers. Yeah, that is true. Take note. I have asked Mark before, I think. Did I ask Mark? I may have, like, tongue-in-cheek asked him. Guest host every week. Yeah, maybe. Well, no, actually, that's probably not going to happen. Not for now. We'll see. Problem is with getting like a guest on. It's the same thing with the Scoutcast. You need to. Like, I know that or it should be. You know, obviously, people can tell me otherwise, but like my webcam is really good quality. My mic's pretty good quality. I know that it sounds okay and looks okay. Because if you get a guest on, you have to make sure they've got all the same equipment, otherwise it just gets a bit annoying. Obviously you can check that beforehand, but then that's extra work, and then you don't want to say, oh, by the way, do you want to do this? Oh, actually your equipment's shit, and you can't do it. That's a bit harsh. What's the plan? I don't know. The plan is probably Coutinho to Sanchez and then Carroll to someone else. You've missed 49 minutes and 51 seconds. Which do you prefer doing, the Scoutcast or Let's Talk FPL? I like doing both. I'm going to cop out on that question. I like the Scoutcast because obviously it's predetermined questions and you get to like do a bit of research and know what you're going to answer. You know, have some opinions to back it up or whatever. But I like doing this because it's live. The question, I'm just chatting to you guys really. So I like doing both for different reasons. Brunt to Valencia -4 or just play Smith against Swansea? I'd probably just play Smith if he's definitely going to play. I don't know a lot about the Bournemouth backline. Who do I think will finish top scorer? Probably, now Kane's injured, probably Costa? I don't know, Lukaku's looking pretty good. I just think, don't know, Costa in the better team maybe. He's going to take it. Mane instead of Coutinho to Sanchez. How come? That's interesting. A few people thinking that's the better option. Do you think this chat about Lukaku leaving will affect his performances? I don't think so. I mean, maybe what Koeman was saying about how he needs to, like, because Koeman came out and said that he wasn't happy with that interview that Lukaku gave, so that might have some effect. But I don't see him being left out. And Lukaku, I'd assume if he's not signed that contract, he's wanted to leave the whole time anyway. So it's obviously not affected his performances up to this week. I don't know why it would suddenly start, apart from the fact it's kind of out in public. But yeah, I think he looks good, to be honest. I mean, I'm still going to captain him. So, what do you think of a Son captain punt this week? I mean, like, it is a punt. He could do well. If you're really chasing, then maybe. Depends how many points you're kind of chasing at this point, I suppose. I've only been doing this version of Fantasy Football for 2 years and really getting into it seriously. I want to get a good overall rank, but my main mini league is head-to-head. Oh yeah, head-to-head main mini league is annoying. I mean, for me, I know people, not for head-to-head, but I know people will say, you know, overall rank, if you get a good overall rank, the rest takes care of itself, but I don't necessarily buy into that, especially in certain mini leagues, because you can... I've made moves in mini leagues before to like counter an opponent or just to block an opponent, and that player that I bought in wasn't necessarily the best for overall rank, but to see out a mini league, I'd definitely do it every time. Obviously, the main aim would be just to get a good overall rank from the start and be ahead for the whole season, but that's sometimes a struggle. Oh, 923 subs. Loving it. Whatever happened to the days of I don't want to think about my contract until the end of the season? Agents is what happened. And big money. I don't know, for players like Lukaku, like talking from a non-fantasy point of view, I think obviously everyone wants like the dream or the fantasy almost of, yes, that player's going to stay at my club the whole time, he's going to become a legend, but Lukaku's young, he's probably good enough to be in a better team. You can see why he wants to leave. If he's trying to force that move, it's a bit of a dick thing to do, but for his career I can see why he's doing it. Now you're top 100k, will your strategy change? Now that's a good question, because that's another reason I'm tempted to get Costa in. Because he could hurt my rank if he does well and Vardy doesn't. So that is another consideration. And I know that's like a very boring way of looking at it, but to be honest, that's boring is what wins. I do it like that because I don't necessarily buy into the fact it's boring, but does Costa ever really hurt rank? Well, I mean, he always gets points right, and he's quite highly owned, so he could hurt it if Baines does nothing. If Baines keeps up with him, fair enough. What county do I live in? Galway. But yeah, if Vardy does well and Costa doesn't, it's huge, he helps you rank. Yeah. Completely agreed. And I'm not necessarily consolidating, but I think I don't want to start going for like huge punts just yet. I think there's still enough of the season plus the double game weeks to come. I don't need to be like taking massive risks. You should get FFS to sponsor your channel. I don't think Fantasy Football Scout need to sponsor me to get what's the word? To get promotion? Not the right word. Exposure. Considering they're like the biggest fantasy site. Didn't expect the stream tonight. Neither did I, to be honest, until about an hour ago. Publicity, nice. I think exposure was the word I was looking for, but publicity works too. I think there's always, you're seeing a template over Twitter the last few days. I think there's always going to be like a few template players, especially in kind of like the FPL bubble that we all live in, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? We'll all pretty much follow the same core group of players. Everyone's kind of got a similar attitude to how to play. You get the odd punt here and there, but generally it's the same kind of players being brought in. But I don't think there's like a template like there has been in previous years. Obviously, like Lukaku's in every team, Alonso's still in most teams, an Everton defender, etc. I'm not going to do Vardy just because it's a showbiz transfer. I said on the Skycast, I looked at him as soon as he scored 2 goals, and I was quite impressed with how they played against Sevilla. So FPL needs diversity, but the thing is, there's only a certain amount of players, right? A certain amount of players we can pick from, so there's always going to be somewhat of a template or something. You do Costa a lot. What does that mean? You do Costa a lot. I don't know. Do you see yourself becoming the Zoella of the FPL world? Well, one, it feels really bad to know who you're talking about. And two, hell no. The Fantasy Football Scout League is second in the world. I know, they win it every year as well. Standard is high. Let's hope they can win it by the end of the year. Costa only 1 goal in 5 matches versus Stoke. Okay, so that's the second question about Amat. Have I missed something with him? Why would he be... Oh, Thingy's injured. Thingy got injured, didn't he? How long's he out for? Who was it? Was it Fernandez that got injured? Did he go off in the last game and Amat came on? You could do heat into Jakubovic to release cash. I've actually got that. I'm not going to do that this week because I don't need the cash, but that is in the back of my mind as a way to raise like 0.7 million. What determines which league wins? It's like based on the top 5 players and their average score, I think. Okay, so Amat's not going to play. Okay, good. I thought I'd missed something, but I assumed he was just bench fodder for the most part still. What are we at? 64 thumbs up. Anyone that hasn't already hit that button, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to hit it. Let's get to 100 at least before we sign off. Oh yeah, let me have a look at the polls, because I've not done that yet. How many subs are we on? 926. So yeah, if you're new around here as well, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And then you can hit the little bell next to that and that will notify you when I'm live. Like I said earlier, I think live streams is probably more what I'm going to aim for. Okay, I'll just refresh this and I'll get the polls. Can you get Torres Magic on as a guest? He always gets overlooked for the Scoutcast, so that's not strictly true. If TM wanted to go on the Scoutcast, he would have already been on it, I'd say. They generally keep a core of people on the Scoutcast just for like consistency, I suppose, but guests are welcome, especially ones that are like already involved with the site. That's how I got on basically. The first time, I think I covered for Granville one week and they just never got rid of me. I'm still waiting for the day. Okay, polls. So best captain for Gameweek 29. Yeah, as expected, 57. Actually, I should get people to vote quickly, shouldn't I? So if you haven't already voted, top right hand corner, there's a little eye. If you just click that, you can vote on the current polls, and then just go and do that now. And in a couple of minutes, I'll go through them. Just out of interest, is anyone getting any issues when they watch the stream? In particular, buffering. Are you getting more buffering than normal? According to YouTube, the stream health is red. It's usually green. And it's saying it's an issue with buffering. But it looks okay to me. Okay. Oh, no, it's back to green. Who cares then? Should never usually see that. Oh, it's back to red again. Never mind. Okay, seems fine. Cool. I mean, it shouldn't be too much like power involved with it. I mean, it's just I'm just showing a website. It's not like I'm playing a game or something. But sometimes the resolution drops. Okay. And like I said, I am using a new piece of software. I literally downloaded it like a few minutes before the stream, so it had to be done just to get it up tonight, really. Ah, there must be quite a few people. I think we've got 10 new subs tonight, up to 927 now. 75 likes, only 25 to get it to 100 now. Okay, polls. Let's see if we've got a few more replies now. Oh. Yeah, I was waiting for someone to say that. That's what she said. Okay, best captain. So 71 responses now. Yeah, as expected, Lukaku's top. 84% of people will captain. He's saying he's the best captain for 29. No people, or 0 people think that a Spurs mid is the best option. 1% say Hazard / Lukaku. That's supposed to be Hazard / Costa. We'll assume that people knew that. And 14% say Sanchez. So I think it's pretty obvious that Lukaku would be the number one. Best Spurs mid to bring in: Ali, Son or Eriksen. So 68 responses, 67% say Ali, 23% say Son, and 8% say Eriksen. I think that's probably a fair representation because Ali's like a long-term move. You're not going to need to get rid of him, whereas Son eventually you will. I can see why people wouldn't necessarily want to bring him in. To bring in this week, Sanchez or a Spurs mid. So Sanchez wins that as well, 57% to 42%. So it's quite close. I don't know if there's a lot in that really. Myself. Best non-Lukaku forward option this week. So 63 responses, 47%. Unsurprisingly, choose Costa, and then. Interestingly enough, 15% choose Vardy and another 15% say Defoe, so it's quite close there. 11% say Deeney and 9% say other. So Costa winning that, probably unsurprisingly. And that's all the polls. We might do them again. Actually, I don't know how much longer the stream will go on for, we'll see. Who is this Villa-Ronca that everyone idolises? He's never finished outside the top 5k, he's a legend. Do some FIFA streaming tonight. No, unfortunately I have to get up again quite early again tomorrow, so, or at least that's the plan. I would really like to stream more games, but it's just finding the time around doing this. I think if I keep Sterling this week, I'd probably just keep him then. But I've said that before. How's the new Tom Clancy game? I've not played it, to be honest. I'm probably not going to either. I've actually been quite good recently, not buying games. I usually buy games all the time, just never play them. When do we think Stanislas will be back? That's anyone's guess, to be honest. I think at the moment a lot of people think that these injuries he's got are just like they're fake, basically. I'm really bad with words tonight. I can't think of the words I'm trying to use, but they're like a decoy for the real issue at hand, and that he's just been dropped. How do you become so good at FPL? There's a certain amount of luck. There is a certain amount of luck, but there are guys out there doing it every year where they come in like the top 10k, top 5k. So there's obviously also a bit of skill involved. And people will just say, quite off the cuff, they'll say, oh yeah, it's just about being boring, don't take hits. But it's a lot easier said than done, to be honest. If it was all that easy, we'd all have high ranks. Weetabix helps too, yeah. Am I going to make my transfers? That's a good point. I forgot I was going to do them live. All right, let's just make this. Am I just bringing in Sanchez? I feel like I never thought bringing in Sanchez would actually be considered maybe the wrong move to make. But I'm going to do it. I want him back, I think. You can't see any reports saying Hazard will not travel. Yeah, I'm apparently Dinnery is saying it. I'd say he's got that info from another source, so maybe I have to ask him. Alexis Sanchez, top scorer, 2 blanks in the last 14 games. 23 points against West Ham at home. 11.5 million for a rotation risk. Give over. He is not a rotation risk. He's just not. Ditch Sterling instead. So if I choose to ditch Sterling, then I have to really think about it, because if I get Vardy, I can ditch Sterling. If I get Costa, I have to ditch Coutinho. Sterling has had a break though. He's so consistent. But yeah, if I want to get Costa, then I can't afford Sterling to Sanchez basically. So then I have to think about it some more. I come 0.4 million off basically. Be cruel if Sanchez blanks against West Brom then gets injured. Yeah, that's what happens though. God, I wish we didn't have international breaks. It'd make things so much easier. But if I bring in Vardy, then I can get rid of Sterling. But I think I want to keep Sterling. But yeah, Sanchez could get rested. I don't know if I'm hugely worried about it though. Coutinho to Son. I really want to bring in Son, to be honest. I do, but I mean, I suppose I should look at the hit in isolation, but maybe Sterling Son is the better option. What's he done against the bigger teams actually? Man United only played 59 minutes. Spurs, nothing. They lost. Chelsea didn't play. Arsenal, a goal. Liverpool, nothing. An assist against Spurs. Not exactly huge returns against the big teams. Away from home against Arsenal and Chelsea as well. They're going to be tight games. Jansen, Jesus Christ, not a chance. Son could be taking penalties. Yeah, I know. I do trust that Son will play every week. I just... something about it that makes me not want him. Do I keep Coutinho? That's an interest. I hadn't really given that too much thought, but... I don't know. Does the chat make it harder to make decisions or easier? Usually harder, to be honest. How many points are we losing by waiting to use the wild card? That's a good question. Do we expect Firmino to start? What? Again, you're going to have to help me out here because I've missed all the press conferences. What did Klopp say about Firmino? Did he say he was still ill? Did I see a tweet about that earlier? Klopp said he was going to train yesterday. I mean, it's against Man City, so if there's any chance of him being fit, he's probably going to start, I'd say. Surely. Would you say the streams have led to better or worse transfers overall? I don't know. It's so hard to measure stuff like that because obviously once you make a transfer, then your next lot of transfers are kind of determined by what you already did. So it's hard to say like what would I have done instead. Like the -16 I took last week, I didn't do a stream because I was ill, so I just did it. The stream got me to pick Crouch instead of Barnes, and initially Crouch did really well, and then he didn't. Then he did okay in the double game week, I suppose, with an assist. So it does help. It does. The good thing about having so many people watching you do your transfers is they kind of sometimes see stuff that you're not looking at. Like I've honestly, I've barely considered, mainly because of the cost of price and not being able to do it. But I've barely considered getting rid of Sterling instead of Coutinho. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Coutinho not really putting up many points since he returned from injury. What car do I drive? We have a Focus. Although I'm not fully licensed to drive it on my own just yet. But that's coming. Aston Martin, yeah, this huge YouTube money. How can Sterling not be a fantasy option though? Okay, fine, he's got hard fixtures. But look at those points. He's the Costa of the midfield world. Yeah, fair enough, he hasn't scored many goals, but always ticking over with assists. Coutinho was awful against Burnley. Yeah, but so was most of the Liverpool team, to be honest. Oh, now I don't know what to do. To be honest, talking about do the stream help? The stream usually, or the chat usually makes the streams last longer because I can't decide what transfer to make. Do 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 do. Nah, I don't want to save the transfer. Not interested in doing that. Maybe I should just bring in Son and be done with it. Can I afford Sanchez if I do that move? I can afford Sanchez for Sterling or Coutinho if I get Vardy. If I want Costa, I have to do it for Coutinho. Is the music really loud tonight, by the way? This week seems like a big week for transfers. Yeah. This is the thing, like I could just make I could just keep the midfield and just do the Costa or Vardy move. I've got like 7.6 million in the bank, so I can do Carroll to anyone. Oh, excuse me. Sterling to Son and stay away from Vardy. So much Jamie Vardy hate. Play 4-5-1 with Mawson. I would wait on ditching the pool mids. If Coutinho does well versus City, surely he's... Yeah, I suppose, but... What happens if he doesn't do well and I keep him and then he's got 2 okay home fixtures and then I keep him some more and he still doesn't do very well? Vardy's expensive. If you're going for a differential, better to spend less money on Son. Yeah, that could be a good. Money's not an issue. That is like kind of technically true right now, but money can always be an issue, especially for someone like me with low team value. I'd love to see some. I'd love to see someone do some research on how often players are really rested after international break. It feels like one of those things we always get worried about, but never really happens. Like if the player's usually starting anyway, then he just starts. Why not keep Carroll at home to Leicester? One transfer for Sanchez, no hit. Yeah, that is an option too, but I just don't want to do that. Vardy will mess up your team like Davy Moyes. Is this Dan from Twitter, by the way? Dan, man, are you... where are you? Dan M on Twitter. Mr. Liverpool fan. Are you the same Dan? The one that always wins bets? Anyone getting Pedro in? Not right now, but I wouldn't say no to him. Costa's way more reliable than Vardy. He is, yeah, but Vardy has some nice fixtures though. Why am... oh, never mind. Carroll is an excellent option. Yeah, I know. Well, actually, no. Do I know that? Not sure I agree that he's an excellent option. If I get Vardy or Costa, who will my Lukaku transfer be for? Probably for... well, maybe Gabiadini, yeah. The fact that he's got so many... or he's got a couple of double game weeks makes me quite interested in him. Have you considered Sterling to Ali? Yeah, I have considered that, yeah. Costa and Defoe for Carroll and Crouch? No, not for me, because then I have like a good front eight and I have to bench someone like King, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's the thing, I haven't owned Costa all season. I've barely owned him since he's been in the Premier League, to be honest. Gabiadini's double game weeks are tough fixtures. That is true, but he's also quite cheap and a striker, so I think he's going to be in. Rashford in. No, but I have bought Rashford into draft games. What time are we streaming tonight? I don't know, to be honest. I'm surprised we're still streaming now. There is a lot of indecision, I know. Leicester are nowhere near as good still. You were surprised when people were praising them versus Sevilla. They were really good, I thought, honestly, in the second leg. Diego Costa scored in his last 2 matches. He scored in the 3 before that. I like Palace and Bournemouth. I'm just not sure all these ones around. I think I'm going to go Vardy. Leicester's focus is the Champions League. I don't know about... they've got to stay in the Premier League. Champions League or not. Beat Liverpool. You also got an assist against Hull. I have looked at Vardy's stats. They're not that great. And neither are Costa's, to be honest. Well, Costa's are okay. They're better, but... I don't know. If Leicester beat West Ham... West Ham away, Stoke at home, Sunderland at home. That's... but how much do I want him after that? That's the question. You'll regret Mane out, yeah, probably. Yeah, I watched the Chelsea versus Man City game the first time around. Costa like bullied their defence. It was really good. Minus 2 points from Vardy in 27 minutes. Oh, excuse me. See you later, Andy. Wild card in 3 game weeks to take Vardy out. Yeah, maybe. Stoke's a bit of an annoying game though. That game against Man City makes me rethink them. Let me compare Costa versus Vardy. I think Costa's likely to win, really, isn't he? So have a look. Diego Costa. Costa is a player of the season contender and going for the Golden Boot. That is true. I'm not bothered about like going against the template for like the sake of it. I'm going to go Vardy because I never get excited by Costa. I know, but I know. I don't know. Like part of me thinks I finally got up 50k places into the top 100k. I just go Costa and play safe. Robbie Brady getting overlooked. Plays for Burnley though. Do you think if I get Costa in... I'm going around in circles now. If I get Costa in, I'm not looking to get rid of him at all. Whereas I probably am with Vardy. Matt, if I bring Costa in, he gets sent off, just imagine. Oh. There's so many good points for both. I don't think I can't do it. I can't make the transfer. But I got to make it tonight. Costa's going up in price. Do I have Deeney? No, I'm not interested in Deeney at all. Rightly or wrongly, I don't know. Look at all these ones. Costa just scores points quite a lot. Defoe, no, not interested. It's the Costa or Vardy. I have no interest in getting a different striker. Costa on pens, yeah. How's this going to play the majority though? It's a shame the people who don't watch this live won't be able to see the chat. There's like so much, there's so much indecision in the chat as well as like myself. If Chelsea win the title before 38, you'll have to take Costa out. If in doubt, play safe. Costa's a sensible option. Vardy's too risky. Costa is definitely the better option. Just depends if you want to punt on Vardy. Yeah, precisely, and I don't know if I do. If in doubt, go with the quality, stick with Carroll. Jamie Vardy, will he be having a party? They scored 3 goals in the last 2 games. Costa is a points machine, yeah. There's no denying that. I don't want to make a transfer that takes into account maybe wildcard next week because I don't feel like I have to wildcard. So yeah, I don't know. Any other questions anyway? Because Vardy versus Costa, I'll have to ponder a few more minutes. $88 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up button, people. Let's get to 100 before the stream goes off. Llorente in, no way. Imagine how good it'll feel if Vardy scores. It will feel good, yeah. To be honest, even a Costa goal will feel good because I've not had him all season. It'll finally be a case of, phew, I don't have to worry about him. I'd be worried Vardy would be rested before Champions League. Maybe, but that's not until after 32 or 33, right? I think. So 12th of April. So where does that fit in? So it's potentially this game he's rested in. Which is Everton away, so that's game week 32, yeah, so should be good for the next 3, I'd say. Which is mainly when I'm looking at him, but then do I want to bring in a striker where I'm just really looking at the next 3 fixtures? It's actually quite, for me at least, it's quite interesting Costa and Vardy because, like I said, I've barely owned Costa in the last 3 seasons, even though in 2 of them he's done really well. I've still barely owned him. Last season I didn't have Vardy for any goals. He scored over 20 goals and I didn't have him in my team for 1. So I've got history with both of them. I will potentially be wildcarding soon. Maybe not until game week 34 though. How's it going, mister? No, I'm not set yet. I'm still trying to think about my transfers. We can't think too long term in FPL. Interesting. I don't know if people would agree with you on that. I went to Costa today. I had a tropical fruit cooler. Maybe that's a sign. Get Rondon in, not a chance. Jordan, are you? Can I afford Sterling Sanchez? I can if I get Vardy. Does the cash work to go Vardy and Costa for Crouch and Carroll? No, that won't work. Plus then I got a benching headache. Although I see why you're suggesting that because I can just get it over with and not worry about it. No, it doesn't work. 1.6 million off. Did I have WKD? No. I love a blue WKD though. Carroll has unreal. I don't want to get into the trap of keeping Andy Carroll again. Isn't that unreal? Yeah, that's pretty good fixtures. I'll miss the overnight price rises, I know. This is the problem. I've been umming and ahhing about this decision all week, and I've not really got a good decision for either way, to be honest. No, I don't want to start taking big hits. Okay, yeah, I suppose I could do like Coutinho to Tom Carroll and get in Vardy and Costa. That's the -8 then. And I think I want Sanchez. And then I don't have Sanchez. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Yeah, see, I can do... I can do crouching. Can't afford Sanchez though. The tropical fruit cooler was regrettable. It was basically just pineapple. They do a mango and passion fruit, which is much nicer. They didn't have it. Didn't have the stuff for it. Yeah, see, crouch even to Costa is an option. But I'm just giving myself a benching headache. Then I have to bench one of the Liverpool mids. I don't know. I don't think I want to do that. You can if you get Mane out. Yeah, Vardy and Sanchez. But who do I bench? Oh, chocolate, orange hot chocolate. Didn't know they did that. Yeah, no, I don't want to keep Andy Carroll, so I'm not going to do that. Let's not start adding extra players into the mix here. Take me even longer to decide. Sounds like you're going to go to Vardy for me. The good thing about Costa as well is he's a captain option next week. I'd probably captain him against Crystal Palace, to be honest. He probably would be my captain. If I bring in Sanchez, I'm still going to captain Lukaku, I think. The thing is, Costa doesn't have to... The thing... Alright, so this is what I can't remember if I said this during the Scoutcast or after we turned off live, but... Like, if Costa scores points over the next 3 fixtures, then Jamie Vardy has to explode twice in the next 3 to make that worthwhile. Gabby captain next week, yeah, possibly. Captain Sigurdsson's been over... Yeah, maybe. Not this week. Bringing Aguero, not a chance. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm really struggling. I feel like I shouldn't be struggling so much over freaking Jamie Vardy, to be honest. Costa is the most obvious player to get in. Crystal Palace could be big. Stoke, maybe not. And Bournemouth is always a nice fixture to have a player in against. And am I keeping Sterling? I think I'm keeping Sterling. I think I'm getting rid of Coutinho, which I could really regret. Put up a poll on Twitter. No, because then I feel like I have to do it. This is Barnes and Crouch all over again. I know it is. It really is. Barnes and Crouch is the hardest transfer I've had to make on here. Vardy's the more interesting option. That is true. But points are also good. And also I started going to the top in mini leagues, so Costa would... No one's looking at Vardy in mini leagues. Costa would be like a blocker almost. Dini's not happening. I feel like we've been chatting about Costa and Vardy for the whole stream now. Like, Vardy's not having many goal attempts, to be fair. Where's Costa? 6. Okay, let's do the last 2 game weeks because obviously Ranieri went then. Does Vardy come any higher? That can't be right. Sorry, I'm just looking at Vardy's stats off stream. Didn't he score 2 goals a game week ago? Stats must be up here. Yeah, he scored 2 goals. According to this, he's had no shots the last 2 game weeks. So that can't be right. Unless they were both... No, they can't be. Ah, that's annoying. Something's up with that. Oh, of course. Good point. Last 2 games then. I want to do last 2 games because that's when Vardy actually scored some points. I just want to see like, how well he did in those games. Oh God! Seriously, compare them. Like if anyone's a Fantasy Football Scout member, compare them for the last 2 matches and then try and it doesn't help. For Christ's sake. Vardy has punched himself in the face more times than he's had shots. That is probably true. I like that. What was he doing in that game? Oh, 99 likes. Only 1 more thumbs up. Yes, I still got my rally card. Wild card. I can't... Oh, no, I can do that, yeah. I don't want to take a mine and say it. I'm not keeping Carroll. It's not happening. Legend. 100 plus likes. Loving it. Fuck's sake. Oh, this is a nightmare. And if I do this, can you still see it on stream? No, you can't see it, can you? Okay, I'm going to make the transfers now. Oh, Mkhitaryan, come on, let's not start talking stupid. I want Mkhitaryan, but yeah, not now. Let's not get into that. I'm still considering Sanchez, yeah. I don't need to take hits, you're right. I could just save a transfer, but that's very boring. This will be funny now. Costa and Vardy will both blank. And Carroll will score a hat-trick. It's a great Twitter feed. Oh yeah, I can get Sanchez in. I got like 7 odd million in the bank. I can I can show you my team. I've not made any transfers yet because I'm now looking at Coutinho thinking, Jesus, do I keep him for like the next 3? Do I get rid of Sterling for Sanchez? But then I'd have to get Vardy. Oh my god, it's winding me up now. Callum Crouch, Costa and Gaviadini. Alright, so I want Sanchez, I think. Costa will stop scoring when I get him in. Maybe. Well, Hazard's apparently not even travelled, so definitely not bringing him in. Don't know how true that is, but we'll see. Dude. Costa needs Hazard, Vardy doesn't need anyone. I'm not sure about that. I think what makes this like I've already said it. What makes this transfer decision harder is I don't think I need to make any transfers this week. Maybe I just go in with 2 transfers into double. Thing is, if I hold 2 transfers, I don't get Sanchez in next week, and if he does really well this week, I will want him in. Is King Captain mental? No, don't think so. After all this, no transfers. Yeah, I'm basically clickbaiting you right now, getting you to stay because you think I'm going to make transfers when really my whole plan is never to do them. That's not true, by the way. The clickbait is real right now. The thing that's like, I could just get Sanchez in, but now I'm not reconsidering getting Sanchez in. I'm considering how to do it because if I don't need to get Costa in, then I could take out Sterling instead of Coutinho. And maybe I want Coutinho over the next couple of weeks if he does well against City. But it is a bit worrying his scoring since he's come back. And obviously if Firmino doesn't play, that makes it even worse, I think. Hide the screen and do the transfers, then reveal. Yeah, I know, that's what the plan was. And then the plan was to do that, so just have them on the other side. And then I started looking at it and thought, oh, sugar, who do I go for? Nah, no more alcohol for me today. I need to sleep soon. Okay. I've made 1 transfer. One transfer has been made. Name 1 negative and not in having Costa. It means I won't have Vardy. Hey, Sanchez wasn't necessarily that easy a transfer. I had to decide whether to get rid of Coutinho or Sterling. But now I can get Costa or Vardy. Not having Vardy is a positive. Vardy. Vardy's got nice fixtures. I think Vardy is. Hey, look, if Sanchez gets benched, I'll hold my hands up and say it was a big mistake and just get rid of him. Can't be having benching headaches like that. Sanchez or Costa though, y'all. Oh, Morales like last time. Get Mahrez for Sterling. No, no way, no. Yeah, I don't think Sanchez gets benched. No way. Looks good with Sanchez back in the side. It's going to look even better here with someone else. Oh shit, where's that? Oh. Why can't I? There you go, you can look at FPL statistics for a bit longer. How much in the bank now? 4.3. I can't really sleep on it, because if I sleep on it, Vardy, Costa goes up in price. The Carroll at home to Leicester isn't really a bad fixture, but I just feel like I want to get rid. The reason is because I was going to get rid for Kane, so I feel like I should still get rid. How many points did I get last game week? 71? I took a 16-point hit, so it's like 55 total. Get Defoe. No, I'm not interested in Defoe. Not interested in Defoe, not interested in Deeney. Oh, fuck's sake. It's winding me up. I'm just going to have to make a decision, aren't I? Oh, it's so difficult. Shouldn't be this hard. Check set play stats for Leicester. Oh, come on, just tell me. They concede a lot, do they? Are you telling me that Andy Carroll's going to score a hat-trick? No, I'm worried about the cost of price rise, because if I do want to do that, then I'll get priced out of it. Simple as that. Yes, 0.1 is expensive, because if Costa goes up, I can't afford him. So, yes, it's still important. You could always just leave it and promise yourself to get... I know, I'm tempted by Lukaku to Gagliardini next week, which again could be a very awful transfer, but I'm tempted. Or I could just get rid of my newly acquired Sanchez, who just got injured over the international break, and just pick up Gagliardini in a 3-4-3. Okay, I'm making my transfer now. I'm making it. Okay, I've made it for sure. I've made it. If you go and check my money, you'll know who it was. Okay, it's coming back. Here we go. Are you ready? There we go. Diego Costa. Oh, I'm gonna regret that. I can see it now. Fucking Vardy scoring a goal. Vardy scoring a hat-trick. Ah, come on. None of you are bringing in Jamie Vardy. Don't make me do it. Bottled it. I know, I'm a bottler. What can I say? Jesus, the... Oh, Mark didn't get Vardy, did he? Oh, that if Mark got Vardy, that's even more annoying. Because Mark's doing such a good, you know, Mark's doing so well this year. Ah, he hasn't made any transfers. Phew, you're panicking me then. If Vardy scores a hat trick, honestly, it'd be so frustrating. Because it's not even one of those. It's not even one of those moves where, you know, like some people say, oh yeah, I considered that guy. Like I really did want to get Vardy in, but I bottled it. You're right, I bottled it. It didn't even need to take a hit. I've taken a hit. I didn't need to do it. Yeah, Andy Carroll could do really well. I know. That's my team. But don't you think? I think that team looks pretty strong. I think that's a good looking team. People disliking the stream because of no Jamie Vardy. I like that style. I like it. Just make sure you sub before you do that. Subscribe. Well, I'm gonna have a Diego Costa party. Alright? Chill out, people. Oh wow, we're up to 45 messages a minute apparently. It's all that Jamie Vardy love. I mean, that team looks good, I think. I mean, that's a very strong team. Can I get Vardy for Crouch? Nah, not now. I would have to downgrade someone to Tom Carroll, and I'd want it to be King longer term, probably, so... We'll leave it there. What's left in my bank? Nothing. Absolutely zero. Yeah, no, I started the Vardy bandwagon. My second goalkeeper is Tom Heaton. Right, let's any more questions that aren't about Jamie Vardy or Diego Costa before we start looking at wrapping this shindig up? Sterling to Son. Do you know what? I really want to do Sterling to Son. No, that's not the whole stream. I just want to make sure I get in any questions that I haven't already answered before the stream, because I know we've been chatting about Vardy a lot. That no one's allowed to go and get Jamie Vardy now. I don't want to hear I told you so. I am tempted by this, seriously. Where is he? Where are you, son? Why can't I see? Oh, yeah. Jeez, only 44 points off Ericsson. That is pretty impressive. I just don't want to take a -8. See you later, Woodsy. Sterling to Vardy for -8. I don't know if I need absolutely need Spurs cover, but I mean, Sun does look like a good option. I'm not sure about Burnley away though. I'm pretty happy with that team, but I need to take a screenshot. Oh, I hope I do well this week now. Taking a hit that I didn't really need to take. Did I watch the Cheltenham Festival? I bet a few horses today, but didn't really watch it. I'm not that interested, to be honest. Would I be this open about my team if I was top of the mods league? Yeah, I think so. Hard to say. I'll probably never be there, so we're all good. If Costa scores no goals over the next 3, I seriously will not be happy, given how many he's scored already. I guess I play Crouch ahead of Brunt. Do I? I think I play Mawson, Crouch, Brunt. Oh yeah. Yeah, I will voice Captain Sanchez. Lovely. Sanchez captain. No, I'm not. I think I'm going to stick with Lukaku. I'm pretty happy with that. Hits are addictive. Yeah, they can be. I don't have a source for the Hazard news. All I've seen is... Or all I've heard, I've not even seen. Apparently this guy has said it. There you go, unconfirmed. We just don't know. Do I feel relieved now it's done? I don't know about relief. Like I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks I shouldn't have done it. Like I didn't need to take the hit. I've literally done that, so I feel better about having those two players in. Sanchez, I think, could be good against West Brom, but Costa against Stoke away, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, it's the right move. Sanchez hasn't really done a lot wrong to not be considered for our teams, to be honest. Yes, I know there's all this crap going on with Arsenal right now, but Sanchez himself is scoring pretty well. I'd love to get Son in for Sterling, but another -4, not sure. Yeah, Costa might be my captain next week. We'll see. Maybe I'll put a bet on Jamie Vardy. $107 still watching. Yeah, I know. It's late. People still watching. What are you crazy people doing? No, I'm not taking another hit. I'm done with my transfers. Done. Let's get the questions going again. Probably going to stream probably till 1 o'clock at the absolute latest. Oh yeah, I should have posted on Facebook that I was streaming. Oh well, too late. Any questions, FPL or otherwise? Let's do it. Doodle-doo. While you're doing that, make sure to sub if you're new around here. Let you know when I'm streaming next, and hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. Be appreciated. Only 8:45 PM where you are. You're in America, right, Sergio? It's nearly 1 AM here, and I need to sleep. Antonio to Son for -4. No, I don't think so. I think Leicester is an okay fixture. even though I just got rid of Carroll. Start Coutinho or Sterling? Oh, excuse me, that's a good question. So you have to go for the home man, I think. The one that's been consistently scoring points. Getting Gabbiadini will be another hit next week. I don't know. Lukaku to Gabbiadini is on the cards, maybe. Let's wait and see what happens over the international break. My Premier League treble for an accumulator. Oh, jeez. I haven't done an accumulator in ages. Well, we'll just do wins. So, Man United to beat Borough. Although I hate betting on Man United myself. What are you saying? Do away fixtures. Let's start at Man United and Arsenal to win. Bam. Done. Jamie Vardy hat-trick. Maybe I'll take a hit next week. We'll see. Wonder how many places that puts me back. That hit. Oh, I'm gonna regret staying up this late when I have to get up early tomorrow. Am I a betting man? Not recently, to be honest. I used to like put accumulators on every week, but not anymore. Most likely team to get a clean sheet. I don't know about most likely, but Everton and Man United are probably good. Good options for clean sheets this week. Kind of banking on Middlesbrough still not being able to score. Vardy hat-trick, Costa red card, Sanchez bench treble. That would be a nightmare. Serious nightmare. Let's have a quick look at the polls before we shoot off. I don't think they're really going to change, to be honest. Best captain, 85%, still Lukaku. Definitely the most obvious. Best Spurs mid to bring in, still Ali by quite a way, then Son and Eriksen. To bring in this week, Sanchez or a Spurs mid. Sanchez still winning 58%. And best non-Lukaku forward option, of course, Diego Costa, 47%. Do I Super 6? If I remember to do it, but to be honest, most of the time I don't remember to do it. So I guess I have to say no to that. Sorry, I can't stop yawning now. It's really kicking in. Oh yeah, stream on Sunday. Yeah, I probably will stream on Sunday, but obviously it's international break, so actually I'm away next weekend, so I'll probably stream Sunday and then I won't stream again until maybe the Friday before. I'll see. Alright, there's not many questions rolling in now, to be honest. And I can't stop yawning, which looks really bad, so I'm just going to shoot off, I think. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. Waiting through the tech issues. I'll have to just see if I can get that old program working, because I think the stream looks a bit better, but obviously we've just had to go with what we've got tonight to get it up and running. But I've got time to work on that over the international break. So yeah, if you haven't already hit the like button, thumbs up, that'd be really appreciated. Obviously, if you're new around here, subscribe and hit the bell so you know exactly when I'm going live. And yeah. But I've got to go. I can't stay up any longer. Thanks all. I'll catch you later. Have a good weekend. May there be many points. I will see you later.